Well, hello there, everybody, and welcome to our Facebook Live. I am Jennifer Sparkle Johnson with Making Agents Wealthy as a lead mindset coach here with Lane. And Lane, I'm so happy that you are with us. First of all, you are from the greater Myrtle Beach area in South Carolina, so welcome, welcome, welcome.
Thank you. It's wonderful to be here, Sparkle.
Thanks. I'm so glad you're joining us today. You know, you and I have had some great conversations, and I just wanted to share with our community a few things. So as everybody's kind of settling in and getting comfortable, you and I are going to have a great conversation. So I invite everybody watching us, just get comfortable, lean in, have pen and paper if you want to take some notes. Because, we're going to share some things really powerful about, Lane, what you've experienced and some things that you've done, and wow, how you have transformed your business. But before we do all of that, if you would take just a moment and just share with us real quickly a little bit about you, where you're located, and really what do you like to do? Tell us about you.
Great. Well, I'm in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. We call it the greater Myrtle Beach area because there's a lot of little towns around here. There's one called North Myrtle Beach and one called Surfside and one called Myrtle's Inlet, but we're all on the ocean. We're all beach communities, and that's where I came to live because I love it here. I'm a Southern girl, born and bred, but in North Carolina, so I just slid a little bit south so I could have home sweet and a little easier winter. I really enjoy cooking. I enjoy playing tennis with my husband, and I'm a yogi. I practice yoga. So, and all that just kind of keeps me healthy and centered.
Yes, yes. It's one thing that I love about you is all the things that you do to stay healthy and centered. And it's so wonderful because, and the more we get to know you, the more that you inspire us all to just really get anchored in, and that's beautiful. So thank you for that. And, if you would, take just a moment, describe for us and those listening, what was your business like before you met the Making Agents Wealthy team? What was going on for you?
It was really limping along. I had come up to my 3-year mark, like 36 months. And it takes 3 years to build a business. So I felt patient. I knew I had a lot to learn, and I was very willing to pay my dues, so to speak, take as much coursework as possible, learn from senior agents. But I came up to that 3 years, and my business was not where I was hoping it would be. And I felt very, very discouraged. And I was thinking about actually switching careers. It was like this, I don't know why it hasn't yet. And I had so much investment in it, all the, not only the licensure courses and the time, but I had gone out of my way to take a lot of extra classes. And I just was not even beginning to earn what I wanted to earn. And also a great source of joy for me in real estate is serving clients. And I didn't have enough clients to serve. Like I wasn't busy enough. And I don't mean like busy, like just, running around busy. Like I needed something to sink my teeth into.
Right.
I didn't have it.
Yeah.
And so that's where I was.
That's huge. Wow. So many things that you just said in there. 3 years, the mindset of paying your dues, learning from others, and being patient, right? All of that, most people can probably relate with. Yet, your heart was saying, I love to serve and I don't have people to serve. Because there's such a fine line between being busy with busyness and actually being busy serving people, changing lives and making an impact. That's really huge what you said. And I would imagine a lot of people listening in maybe felt the same or are feeling the same way of, I got to pay my dues. But here's what happened. Fast forward a little bit. But when you did reach out, I would imagine that part of you wanting to change everything was so that you were serving people. But tell me a little bit more about, especially if someone's listening going, that sounds like me. What did you really want to fix about your business? So if you could pinpoint a couple of things, what was going on for you?
I didn't know how to reach out to potential clients in such a way that I could pull enough in. Like I'd done open houses. I actually had, because I had been consulting and listening to senior agents, I actually had a CRM. I had actually played around with Red-X. And I say play around because I signed up for it, but I had no leadership and direction in it. And recorded videos on YouTube only take you so far. And so I didn't have success with that. And I was like, I just knew there had to be a system, that that worked, like,
Yes.
because there are so many
Yes.
agents out there that are very busy in a very good way and give wonderful service, but they're just, I knew there had to be a better way, and I wanted to access that.
That's so beautiful. Well said. And it's so true because it's so important to have a system, and there's so many people out there, like you said, doing something really quick on Facebook. It can only take you so far. I always like to say that Facebook likes are great.
Yeah,
Going to closings and helping people, that's totally different.
right.
So I love that you said that. I love that you said that. So if you would share just a little bit, and again, don't share anything you don't want to. So, but anybody listening, they probably have tried a lot of things as well, or may have been struggling and thinking, okay, how does this turn around? What were some things that you had tried other than what you've shared so far? So, I mean, was there anything else specific that you thought, okay, this is going to help me, and then possibly it didn't?
Yes, actually, I can't even remember how I found him, but there's a coach. I mean, I guess there's a lot of real estate coaches out there, but I found one. He was really nice because my kind of service, well, how can I say this? I have a background as a psychologist, and for me, real estate is a human services. It's a
Yes.
business where I can
Yes.
earn a good living, but it's human services. And so I found,
Right.
I found a man that I resonated with. He was giving free coaching, like free of charge. And I was
Mhm.
like, and he had some systems, and I started listening to him. Great fella. And he even like shared schedules and documents and things. And that even gave me more of a framework for what real
Okay.
estate could be. And I
Yeah.
tell you, I'm an accomplished woman in my life, but still somehow I wasn't able to fully operationalize what was being provided. Like it just
Right.
wasn't quite clicking. So, and I suspected the things that he said were working for him weren't really, and he was really doing other things. I mean, because he said he was selling $100 million of property a year. I was like,
What?
I know. It's like,
Okay.
it's like, that just,
Something's missing here.
something's
Yeah.
missing because I was doing pretty much everything he said. And
Yes. All
that
right.
was,
So yeah. And so
yeah.
we'll pause there on that. And it's what it is, right? And that's for most of us. We'll try certain things, maybe something free or things like that. We could take your experience. Free didn't get you what you wanted.
Right.
And so that's so important for so many people because they're like, oh, I'll just try this and this and this. And you spend so many hours or longer than that, weeks, months, who knows, trying things of that nature, yet it's not getting you the results. So fast forward just a little bit. How did you actually find us? How did that come about?
It was actually on Facebook.
Oh,
But one thing that really made a difference, so I was just on my personal page, and
hmm
being a realtor, things for realtors come up.
yeah,
But a woman that I know personally and respect, she's not a realtor per se, but she's in my world. She
yeah.
had posted it on my timeline, and I was like, "Well,
Ah!
do you think this is worthwhile? I'm willing to take a look at it." And so I clicked on it, and one thing led to another.
Oh, that's beautiful. I love that. And that's part of that like, know, and trust factor. And if somebody that like, trust, or respect, or whatever it happens to be, if they're posting something, yeah, take notice, right? And see, okay, what is this? What's going on? And so I have no doubt that someone will connect with just hearing your story, and the same thing will happen where they're like, okay, what is this? What's this all about? So I love that you said that. And so, so happy that you are with us and part of our family, because everyone here is a family. And so, do you remember, and you may or may not, but do you remember one of the first things that we, asked you to do, and did you think it was going to work? This is always one of my favorites to check back on.
Yeah, I actually have. Well, you asked for one thing, but there's two I would like to share.
Yeah.
The very first thing is you guys had me change my voicemail on my phone to limit my hours and
Yes.
days. And I will tell you, at the brokerage I was with, like, and some other experienced agents, it was like, oh no, you don't want to limit your hours and days. The more you're available, the more successful you'll be. So, but I did go ahead and I put that on my phone, and it did make things more. with trepidation, but it did make things
Sure.
more manageable. And I will just tell you, fast forwarding, thank goodness I did that, because as you, like when I wasn't very busy, it wasn't a big deal. But now that I'm busy, I would be
Right.
losing my mind and I would be burning out. But the other thing
Right.
she had me do, that Karen had me do, is send out a compassion letter
Mm.
to my client base, and actually just my entire sphere of influence. And I didn't mind doing that. That's just right up my alley. I didn't know
Yeah.
what it was supposed to do, but I happily did it. And I will
Hmm.
tell you, I can tell you a result that happened is one of my friends, she wasn't a real close friend, she's kind of in a wider sphere. She was on the fence about buying, and it prompted her. And
Mm.
12 weeks later, after I sent that, and she contacted me, 12 weeks later, we closed on a home for her, a $425,000 home. Like, oh, it worked. And then I actually got just a lot of responses. People really
Yeah.
appreciated that. So yeah, really.
Yes. And what I've loved that you're saying is, you trusted the process, right? And with that specific result that you're sharing, someone received something from you in a very specific way. And not only did she respond, but you helped her, which is where she needed you. And
Yeah.
if we circle back to the top of our conversation, before us, you weren't filling I'll say your soul, your business, right? You
Yes.
weren't feeling fulfilled by helping people. So this just came together beautifully.
Oh, it was wonderful because I have been friends with her for a while, and this was her dream. And she had just been waiting and waiting. And
Oh,
then we just got to, arm in
yeah.
arm, not truly because of COVID, we had to wear masks. But
Right, right. Yeah.
yeah, I
Yeah.
mean, we toured property, we had a ball, and it just felt wonderful to be with her all throughout the
Oh,
process. Mhm.
oh, yeah. I love those stories and sharing those. The other thing that I think is so incredible that you said, when Karen asked you to do something and it was like, hang on a second. And again, others giving you their opinion, a
Mhm.
little bit of pushback, if you will. You had a choice. You could either trust the process and receive all those amazing results, or you could have stayed. I mean, seriously, you could have stayed stuck. And I'll just say, with where the other people are, of you've got to be available 24/7 with them. But you trusted the process, and you literally have stepped into and flourished even more since we've met you, of the CEO of your business. And I mean, seriously, high five. That is so beautiful and so well done.
I'm very happy.
Nice.
Mhm.
And what a great way to model for others too.
Yeah.
That's huge. That's huge. So, if you would share a little bit, and again, I love the personal side of everything. Of course, the business side, and the business side happens when you trust the process and you implement what Karen teaches. But also, if you would share a little bit around some of the personal things that may have shifted for you while you've been with us.
Well, it's been fascinating to live through this time of pandemic. I mean, it's
Yes.
once in a millennia, right? And I entered the program. I entered the
Right.
program, and a week later, everything shut down, and it's
Right. Yeah.
affected absolutely everyone's lives. And
Mhm.
the program really got me through it because I went ahead and followed the program, and then my husband watched me follow the program. Now, my husband is he is in a position where it's very secure in general, but where we live, public service jobs are very
Mhm.
dependent on the revenue generated by tourists, and we have no tourists.
Sure. Right.
And so my husband's department, they furloughed 8 of the 10 people in his department. It was him and one other person. And
Wow.
he was like, Lane, he goes, I don't know what's going to happen if they're going to try to like put towns, because he's in public service in a particular town, if they might try to merge public services across town. And he
Mm.
told me about this after the fact. After he went through these possibilities in my head, he said, he goes, I've watched you be so busy in real estate, and I've watched you cultivate a relationship with a particular real estate attorney. And he was like, watching you do that, he was like, if I needed to, I could change, because his background is law. he's like, I could change careers. I could go and work as a real estate attorney too, just maybe, just take a little time to learn what it is. And he goes, what? He's like, it's never occurred that he said this to me. It's never occurred to me before that I could reinvent myself, that I could transform what I'm doing. But he's like,
Yeah.
watching you, I know I can do it.
Wow. That's amazing and so powerful. Oh my goodness. And so thank you for sharing that. And I know you do too. I have truth bumps all over my body. Um, wow. When someone you love witnesses your transformation and everything that you're doing, uh, from desire and systems and just inner knowing and staying open and creating what you want, for them to see that and say, yeah,
Yeah.
wow.
I was
Oh
so
my
happy
goodness
for him.
gracious.
Yeah, it's like, luckily he hasn't had to make that transformation. But the
Sure.
fact that he felt empowered like that, because,
That's right.
so many people have lost their jobs or they've been
Yes.
furloughed. And what a horrible, helpless feeling that is. And our
Right.
family could have been in that position. He could have been in that position. But watching me do this program gave him hope and empowerment. Like what I'm doing, like what's giving
Yes.
me empowerment, empowered him. So,
Wow.
yeah.
Yes. Oh goodness. I know that you and I are not the only ones impacted by what you just shared. So thank you for sharing that because, wow. So powerful, so beautiful, and such an inspiration naturally. And that's what I love. You weren't trying to prove anything or do anything. You were just being you, trusting the process and implementing and all of that. And look what happened. That's just, there's such an amazing ripple effect. And that's what I love is everything that you've shared so far. There's always a ripple effect, an impact on others. What a blessing that you know the impact because he shared with you.
Yeah.
But oftentimes we have no idea the 10, 12, 15 steps down the line of the impact that we make with someone just by showing up, doing what we're doing. And again, for both of you, you did, like you said, you joined us and then, whoa, here's the pandemic. And, to celebrate you again, so many people during a pandemic, I mean, because, wow, our whole life has changed, um, shut down. And I don't mean just their business, I mean emotionally and literally, of course, as well with business. And instead, that's not what you did. You stayed focused with us, you stayed open and always so coachable, but at the same time, you kept going because the more that you have kept going, the more you have helped so many more people, meaning your clients, that they can keep going. And again, there's that beautiful ripple effect and the impact that happens just from you being who you are and being you. So I just love that. Okay, so we could go on, and I'm just so happy for everything that you shared. And I also know that with your short time with us, your numbers have definitely changed. Do you want to share anything about that?
They have. So last calendar year, I had 12 closings. And
Mhm.
I've already had 12 closings this year, including what I've had while I've been in the program. And then I have another 12 on my board of listings and ratified contracts. And I was just counting, I've got an additional 24 active clients.
Oh my
So
goodness.
it is night and day, night and day. And I'm so
And
happy. Yeah.
oh, it's
Mhm.
it's who you are. It's what you're about. And so, first of all, congratulations. That's beyond phenomenal and wonderful, and what it's all about. And let's also pause for a second. Aside from those incredibly amazing numbers, again, those are lives that are attached to those numbers, but also just remembering this is during a pandemic. This has been throughout the whole beginning and to right now of this pandemic. Wow. So I'm serious. I just want to celebrate you and everything that you've done because there's nothing stopping you. And that just, you have such a huge heart and so much joy and care that you bring to everyone that you connect with. And I just think that's so beautiful. And thank you for all the lives that you are impacting because you have stayed active during this pandemic. You did 12 last year and changing that story today, and
Yes,
everything so
ma'am.
far this year. And look, the year's not even done. So we're not even close to done. All right. So share with me just a little bit. Anything else that you want to share, or anything else that you want to celebrate with what you've done, or that you're thinking, okay, here's where I was, here's where I am, and this is what I want people to hear from me, and with what you're sharing. Anything else around that?
Yes, for me, it has to do with empowerment and leadership.
Mm.
So, my story was I was a school psychologist. I was at home with 3 children, and then they went off to school, and it's time. And I became a yoga teacher and loved that,
Yeah.
but I felt motivated to serve in a larger way. And one thing led to another, that it was real estate. But I didn't have that strong sense of professionalism and empowerment and leadership. I just had not been there, if you will, to develop that. And
Yeah.
since, I mean, just in the 12 weeks with the program, I developed that. It's funny. It's like you start and you look at you week by week. What we're meant to do is revealed. Thank goodness it's slow like that. But as like, and something new would come up, and you're like, I don't know if that's me. Like, because there's been several things like, I don't know if that's me. That feels
Yeah.
scary. But you go ahead and do it. And what ended up
Yeah.
happening is, no, it wasn't me to begin with. But as I did the program, it became me, because you do things
Ooh.
that, yeah, you do things that are powerful. So as I did them, I became powerful. And this isn't in a steamroller way. This
Yes.
is in a leadership way. And I
Yeah.
just feel so much more strong and confident and
Yes.
competent, and how much stronger of an advocate I am able to be for my clients. And they need it.
Yes.
I mean, when you come across situations where
Yes.
the client was not advocated for before, like I know I can serve them so much more broadly and deeply. And I'm very grateful for
Oh, oh, that's so beautiful. Yes, yes, and yes. Your business absolutely grows. You, the person, grows. You grow and you grow, and that leadership, and that's so wonderful. And now that's going to come through every conversation that you have. And so congratulations on that as well. And that's what I love. It is a two-part process.
that.
Absolutely. Okay, so if someone has a referral for you, and again, Greater Myrtle Beach area in South Carolina, how can they get in touch with you? What's the best way?
Well, they can email me at lane@lanesellsbeach.com. So that's LAYNE,
Yeah.
lane@lanesellsbeach.com, or call or text my cell phone number. I'm more than happy to receive a call or text, 843
Fantastic.
712 5171.
Yeah. Excellent. Excellent. Thank you. Because I know people are going to want to connect with you, reach out to you, share referrals, because they're going to know someone, and they're going to want you to help someone that they care about, or it might be themselves as well. So either way, before we go, if you could have one last takeaway for someone listening and thinking, okay, I'm where she was, like you and I started at the top of the call. I'm where she was. And, I've been doing, let's say, the free things and struggling, or, whatever it happens to be. What's one takeaway? If somebody can hear just one thing from our conversation today, what would you want them to know?
It's worth it to invest in your business. There is no substitute for, I guess, what I would call a teacher or a
Yeah.
coach, an in-person coach. Yeah.
Beautiful. That's well said. So with that, I so appreciate your time. Oh my goodness, it has been an honor to witness and be part of your transformation of you and your business and all the people that you're helping and serving. I know you're just going to keep growing and keep helping so many. So again, Lane, thank you, thank you, thank you so much. And you guys, I know that you're hearing this and you're wondering, okay, how in the world, what's going on? How did she do this? And you want more tips, strategies, information. I want you to make sure, take just a moment, write this down. It'll be up here for you as well. But if you want more information, you want to find out what's she talking about, join us. Go to KarenCoffey.com / Making Agents Wealthy. Look forward to helping you, serving you. Bring pen and paper when you go there because she's going to give lots of great information. Karen always does. One more time, Lane. Oh my goodness, so happy for you. Thank you for spending time with me and sharing with everyone so that we could all hear everything that you've been doing and what's been going on for you. So with that, to be continued, and thank you everybody. Have a great day. Bye, Lane.
Thanks, Sparkle. Bye.